Micrometer. Can you see 1 micrometer? What is the resolution of the eye? किती असेल अंदाजे काय स्केल आहे ना स्केल मध्ये असते की मिलीमीटर असतं ना you have millimeter on the scale so if you take one hair it will be 1/10 of that approximately so how many microns 1 millimeter is how many microns okay you work out so nano is very small alright nano is very small which you cannot see but what happens usually these things are made by particles which are the largest size now what was observed that if you reduce the size of this particle same material is not same material you take gold silver oily material but the particle size is small then what happens all of a sudden the properties of that matter change its color will change, its heat capacity may change, its elasticity will change. And that is what that technology, nanotechnology, that is one aspect of it. And what is the second aspect? That if you are able to manipulate means what? Suppose I want to take one particle, put it over there, second over there, third over there, and that. Then I would be able to make a matter of my own size or shape of my own shape. And if we do that, then what? When you make a car, what you do? You make the part and put it as required, or any for that matter any design. So we are capable of doing it at macro level. Now, if you are able to do it at the atomic level, because atom is the smallest constituent of the matter, isn't it? You will get a different matter. You can make a machine which is very small. You can make a motor which is very small. You can operate it through for battery. And then there are many activities. And that is what the nanotechnology is. But nature actually is using it, nanotechnology. Nature is far out, ahead of us. When did life came on this earth? 5 billion years ago. Sure. When the universe was formed?
40 billion years ago.
Okay. Approximately. Okay, 13%. But when life came on? Okay, 2 billion. Alright. So it is ahead of us. And as I told you, the science is only 2000 years old. If you trace back, in India it goes to Sushruta. In Greece, you can say that Hippocrates was there, or Archimedes was there. Okay, so then after that there were many of them. So maybe 2000 years. So billion and 2000. There is the difference. So nature has been working for a long time. So there are many wonders in nature which we still don't understand. So this is one of the examples that this is a bacteria. It is called magnetotactic bacteria. What is the peculiarity of this bacteria? That it gets aligned along the lines of magnetic field. Magnet file hai na? They have done that experiment with iron coil and coral. So it attracts iron like that. So this bacteria is able to align itself along the lines of magnetic lines, earth lines of magnetic lines. Now how does it happen? That was studied by one of our students, and he found that there are some particles which are there, they are crystallized in form, and they are magnetic in nature. This is the hysteresis located electron. That is, it shows the characteristic of a magnetic material. So this is happening at the nanoscale. Next. This is the say wing of a butterfly. So when you get colors, you see color. Now this is red or yellow or brown or whatever. Now that is because of pigment. We use pigment pigment of that color. Color means that is the color which is not absorbed. Alright. That is the color of the pigment. Like chlorophyll. Green. Why it is green? Because it doesn't absorb green. That is the only wavelength which comes to our eye. That's why we see it as green. But there is other way of getting color. Rainbow, how it is formed? What happens there? Technique. What is there? Dispersion is there. Refraction, dispersion. You take this prism. There is a dispersion. You get 7 colors, splitting of the color. So if you split the color with light, sunlight, then also you get color. And this is what is happening due to this nanostructure project in the wing of the butterfly. So different are the nanostructure, different is the color of it. So that is what is studied by one of our students. Yeah. This also shows the higher magnification, you can see this. They will call that next. Now there are many instruments also, you will be knowing later on. But to hold, you use tweezer. Tweezer, have you used tweezer? Tweezer to hold anything. Here, what you are using? You are using laser light, 2 laser lights as a tweezer. Light also causes pressure, which you might have not heard. So, here laser beam can be used to hold a particle, very small particle. Create a pressure, use as a tweezer. And then you can do various experiments with that particle or cell or something. So these are called optical tweezers. Next. So here, what is the use? Like suppose you have DNA. DNA, have you heard the name DNA? So if you want to see that if you stretch DNA, what are the changes in the properties of DNA? Or how much force it will sustain. These forces are very small. They are in piconewtons. Pico means minus 12. Very small, 2 piconewtons, 3 piconewtons. So such delicate experiments you have to do. So there you can say attach a bead over there and then pull it. You just hold that in tweezer and then lift it. So it will give the stretch to the DNA. So such kind of experiments also you can make. Space. This is another field. Very attractive. India is doing a lot of things now. So next. So this is the Hubble telescope. In Washington, I had visited that time. So you get a lot of information what is happening in the sky. Next. But interestingly, one of the things which is very important is the effect of gravity on living systems.
Open for discussion. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Just ask.
Whatever poems you displayed on the screen, did you compose them?
Yes, I did, and there are 1100 like that. And it describes all science, right from history of science, in how physics developed, how chemistry developed, how biology developed, what is nanotechnology, biotechnology, computer, mathematics, geography, statistics, okay, and then science and technology.
That's great, sir. Thank you.
That was in Marathi, already the book is published, but there was a lot of demand that it should be made in English, so I tried it. Hope it is good. Yes.
How are the number of cells or neurons in a particular body is calculated?
There are many ways. If you calculate the density per volume, you know the volume. Okay. So from that also you can count it. There are many ways of doing that. So this is the approximate. This is the projection. But that is quite accurate. So, as per the theory of Big Bang, whatever has been was there at the time of that event, nothing has been added. Alright? Only the matter which was thrown away because of that great explosion. It is moving away with the speed. And that is the expanding universe. Alright? And how do you know that? It is just by the redshift which you get. Doppler effect, you must have heard. That if the train is approaching you, the frequency increases. If it is receding from you, then the apparent frequency will be less. So same thing happens with the light. And based on that, they conclude that it is expanding.
But then what about gravity? Gravitational force?
Yes, gravity. There are two things. One is the speed. Like we are sending rockets out of the, say, away from the earth. Now earth is also actually pulling it up. But it can escape because the velocity, escape velocity is more. So that is the kinetic energy with it. That's why it can go.
So, how is nanotech different from biotech?
Nanotech is different from biotech. In biotech, what happens? In biotech, if you use any biological principle or any part of the biological system as a development of for the development of technology, like glucose sensor, you take an example. So, what is sensing the glucose? That is enzyme. Alright. And rest of the part is electronics. So, it becomes biotechnology. Right. Nano means what? Nano is related to the particles, small particles. They are not living, they may not be living. They may be gold, silver, or any metal particle. So that is called nanotechnology. If you add bio to that, it becomes nano biotechnology. That is also there. Okay. So nanotechnology generally refers to the inanimate objects, particles of the non-living objects. Biotechnology is a technology but not at the nanoscale. It may be at nanoscale, but generally at the macro scale where you are using a biological component as a part of that technological development or that gadget development. That is called biotechnology. Like making a curd is a biotechnology.
So we say the world is evolving and still we learn the basic principles which were left in history. So in future, will the basic principles change or will they remain the same?
No, basic means which? Related to the environment, planet.
Related to everything, like universe.
No, universe is not changing that part.
No, if it's changed, will the basic principles also
Yeah, of
change?
course, yes, definitely. If the situation changes, then definitely they will change.
So why do we need to study it? Which is
Because this will not happen in next maybe millions of years or so. Alright? So that it will be irrelevant for us. We have to study what is relevant to us now.
So, sir, there are robots which can respond to any language. How does that robot work?
No, this is very simple. See, any machine, what is done, there is what you do is, there is a information, and then there is a logic. So you combine these two, and that is how that machine will work. But it gets restricted only to that what logic you have incorporated and what information is there. For example, I will give an example. Like suppose on TV you must have heard or you must have seen that if you see the cat and then there is a stick and there are shoes, what you would say? We are speaking about whom? Charlie Chaplin. You can relate. Or simple means you have specs and then you do only nose and then we say Bhupati Raghava Rajaram. Then about whom we are talking? Mahatma Gandhi. So this is the brain which can recognize pattern recognition. If you ask same question or feed same information to the computer, you will say that there is a third line, okay, then there are two circles, okay, and then there is a music. Unless there is a pattern already stored in that machine and it can correlate to that, then it will say that it is not. So that is how it is.
Sir, but it is not possible to feed each and every data of a language.
No, because there are variations are so much and parameters, so many parameters, variations. That is why it becomes very difficult to anticipate each and every situation. Brain can do that. Brain can interpret the things there and then only. Computer does or machine does.
How can we measure the mass of the Earth?
How can?
How can we measure the mass of the Earth?
Major mass of the earth. There are many experiments actually where the mass of the earth comes as a parameter. So from that you can go back and calculate. Like suppose you calculate the value of G. Alright. Then you calculate how much is the weight. Then from that also you can calculate. So many ways are there. But directly you don't measure this. There is no balance in which you can put the earth and measure it. That is not, it is the indirect way of measuring the thing. Like when you measure the distance of sun, then you measure, find out the star, how does it move, that kind of thing. There are indirect ways of it.
Sir, we know that in oceans there is microgravity. So if we expose the fishes to hypergravity, what could that cause?
No. Hypergravity actually causes the lot of damage because there is a pressure, hydrostatic pressure like this. Okay. But to certain extent the animal will resist to that. But if it is more, then it will collapse. Damage will be direct. But some of the fishes can survive under water at a lower depth. So there is a pressure of the water column, and they can actually survive over there. So they will be able to survive more hypergravity. Like suppose flying in the say aeroplane, or even entering into the Earth orbit from the outside. That time actually the gravity increases by 2.5 or 3 times. Sometimes it actually knocks out the pilot for a few seconds, and then again they revive their consciousness.
And can we create hypogravity and hypergravity on the surface of Earth?
Yeah, hypogravity you can create with a machine called plane of tap. So that is a simple machine, one-dimensional machine is very simple that you rotate. You can do this experiment. You take a motor, you take actually a beaker. In that, if you take a colloidal solution, put some particles in that and rotate slowly. If you adjust the speed correctly, you will find that after some time this particle will suspend at only one place. They will not follow. They will not carry it. It means the gravitational force which is acting on that gets compensated. Because before it falls, it is lifted up. And so, if you go into a circle, the average, the gravity vector, which is average, comes out to be 0. And that's where particle will remain at the same place. This is very simple experiment which you can do in the field.
So, our thoughts generated in our mind. So, how thinking processes goes on?
How thinking?
Goes on.
Yeah, that is related to the neural activity. That is what we can say. That there is a neuron which keeps on firing. As a result, the thought is produced. So it depends on what experience we have, what memory we have, and which circuit actually it is following. So it depends also on the stimulus. See, thoughts are related to the stimulus also. They can be internal stimulus, it can be external stimulus. So depending on that, thought will emerge. But thought is a final product. Means whatever you actually bring it into the action is not the original thought. Okay? That thought gets processed. Means when it comes to the conscious level, it gets processed at each level. Like suppose sometimes you are angry.
There is a slope. If we pour water instead of going down, it moves in opposite direction and it reaches upside. So what do you think is the reason behind this?
See, there are certain places where forces balance in a different way. Then the simple experiment you can do, you take a inclined plane and then you take a rod, and at the center of rod You put an object with a very large circumference like that. Okay? And you put it down, it will come. Why? Because center of gravity at that position is at a higher level. So it tries to acquire the stability, and that is why it will go against the gravity. So such things will happen. So they are not new. So now what is the actual situation over there? I don't know. But there are many places where the vehicle will go up, where water will go up. But these are the aberrations. So unless we know the exact situation over there, it is very difficult to explain. But they do occur. There is nothing uncommon about it.
So, if we take a place and make a reserve, doom can be reverted and situations solved. What we aim to from this Children's Science Congress. Thank you, sir, for provoking science in the brains of students. So, with these ignited minds, I hope our students will start asking questions and finding out the truth in science. The biggest instrument they have is their brain. What we are blessed with, so use it in a better way. Apply your knowledge in real life situations. Become learners, not students. Communicate with all the people you meet. Sir said in